Hello, my dear children. In the class today, we will study a new law, that is Ampere's second law. The purpose of the law is to find out the value of magnetic field due to any current carrying conductor at any point close to it. Just before Ampere's second law, we studied Boyle's second law, and the purpose of Boyle's second law and Ampere's second law is same. Boyle's second law is also used to find out magnetic field due to any current carrying conductor at any point around it. Same way, Ampere's second law is also used to find out magnetic field due to any current carrying conductor at any point around it. Well, the purpose of both the laws is same, but the technique and the process are entirely different. Well, what is the technique and the process? For that, we have to understand the statement. Ampere's second law states that line integral of B dot dl around a closed path is always equal to permeability of free space times net current passing through the closed path. This is mathematical form of the statement. Line integration of B dot dl around a closed path is equal to permeability of free space times net current, where dl is infinitesimally small part of the closed path. We divide the closed path into very small parts, and one very small part is dl, and B is the magnetic field over dl. So line integration of B dot dl around a closed path is always equal to permeability of the free space times net current passing through the closed path. This is Ampere's second law. And how do we apply this law? When we apply this law, we first of all make a closed path passing through the point where we need to find out magnetic field. Because of current carrying conductor, at whichever point we wish to find out magnetic field intensity, we first of all make a closed path passing through that particular point. Well, the selection of closed path should be such that we are able to find out B dot dl all along closed path. So, after selection of the closed path, we divide the whole closed path into infinite number of infinitesimally small current carrying elements dl each. So, let us straightway apply this law in the situation of long state current carrying conductor. So, magnetic field due to long state current carrying conductor is this application number 1. So, this is a long state current carrying conductor. Long state current carrying conductor, you know, is a straight current carrying conductor which extends up to infinity on both sides. So this is a long state current carrying conductor. It carries current I, and at a distance A from it, we want to find out magnetic field intensity. So what we have done? We have made a closed path passing through A, passing through point P, where we wish to find out magnetic field intensity. This is point P, or this is point P. So we make a closed path passing through point P, and that closed path is circle, and the radius of that circle is A. Well, why do we make a circle? It is simply because this closed path is going to coincide with one of the magnetic line of forces which are present around the state conductor. You know, when state conductor is held in our right hand with thumb pointing out the direction of current, then curves of the fingers indicate what? Magnetic lines of forces. So this closed path is going to coincide with one of the magnetic lines of forces which are present around the state conductor. Well, as usual, after selection of the closed path, we will divide this closed path into infinite number of infinitesimally small elements dl. Remember, dl is not current carrying element. It is a very small part of the closed path. This is, let us take one arbitrary element dl right here. What is the direction of this dl? Direction of this dl is a vector quantity. Direction is what? Tangential. It is tangent to the circle. And since this closed path is coincident with magnetic line of forces, therefore magnetic field here is also going to be in the same direction. So everywhere, wherever you take a small part of the closed path dl, the direction of dl is going to be tangential, and magnetic field is always tangent to what? Magnetic line of force. So B and dl everywhere are what? parallel to each other all over closed path. So what is B dot dl? B dot dl is going to be B dl cos 0, and right hand side is mu naught times net current. What is net current? Net current is this I. B dot dl, integration of dl is what? 0 to 2 pi a. B is a constant, and integration of dl. Why is B constant? Because each and every point over this closed path is at a distance a from center, and that is where we want to find out magnetic field. If magnetic field intensity here is B, everywhere it would be B in magnitude. So this B is constant. We are left with integration of dl. Limit of dl is taken from 0 to 2 pi a. That is the circumference of the whole circle, and that is equal to mu naught times I. Integration of dl is 2 pi a. That is mu naught I. And what is B? B is mu naught I upon 2 pi a. This is the expression of magnetic field due to long straight current carrying conductor. Children, you know, we found out the same expression using Biot-Savart law, but that was a very long process. But here in just few steps we are able to find out the same expression which we found out in, say, in 2 pages. Now children, this is application number 2. And in this application we are finding out magnetic field due to a long solenoid, long current carrying solenoid at any point inside it. And we know already that magnetic field throughout inside the solenoid is what? Constant. What is magnetic field outside? That is not of our interest. But if it is a long solenoid, magnetic field outside is 0. And if the solenoid is short, then the magnetic field outside is not 0. But when the magnetic field inside, whether the solenoid is long or short, is always constant. And what is that constant value of magnetic field inside? We are going to work out. A solenoid is said to be long when its ends are far away from each other. The ends lie at infinity. Well, at this point we want to find out magnetic field intensity, which is a point inside. So what do? We first of all make a closed path passing through this point, and the closed path taken here is in the form of a rectangle. This rectangle has this edge as of length L, and this edge has the length L dash. So L dash is the length of the rectangle and L is the width of the rectangle. This is closed path A, B, C, D, A. As per Biot-Savart law, line integration of B dot dl around closed path is equal to permeability of free space times net current. Let n be the number of turns enclosed in the closed path. In this closed path, number of turns of the solenoid which are inside is what? N. Therefore, what is going to be the current enclosed in the closed path? Through one turn the current is I. Therefore, through n turn the current is going to be Ni. That is what is written here. Now, we wish to integrate B dot dl all along this closed path, and this closed path is not a continuous path. So, we break the limit of integration all along these 4 different paths which make up this closed path. So, we find out integration of B dot dl along A to B, and then we find out integration of B dot dl from B to C. Thereafter, we find out integration of B dot dl from C to D, and finally we find out integration of dl from D to A. So this will be find out integration along all 4 paths separately, and that is equal to mu naught times net current. Net current is Ni. N is number of turns enclosed, and I is the current passing through a turn. Now, integration of B dot dl is 0. Integration of B dot dl is what? B dl cos 0, and integration of B dot dl from C to D, integration of B dot dl from B to A is 0. So why are these 3 terms 0? See, integration of B dot dl from A to B is 0 simply because if we divide this path into very small elements of dl each, so anywhere all along AB, well, dl, a part of this path is outside and a part is inside. For the part which is inside, angle between dl and B is what? Angle between dl and B is what? 90 degree. And dot product of perpendicular vector is what? 0. And outside magnetic field is 0. So, since magnetic field itself is 0 here, therefore B dot dl is going to be 0 outside. So, outside B dot dl is 0 because one of the 2 vector is null vector, and B dot dl is 0 inside simply because B and dl are perpendicular to each other. So, along this path, magnetic field B dot dl is 0. Same is the logic for B dot dl integration becoming 0 along path C to D. And for the path D to A, B dot dl is 0. It is simply because B is 0. So out of two vectors, one vector is 0. Well, B dot dl along B to C. See, if we take a very small length here over the path BC, this length is going to be parallel to what? Magnetic field. So the angle between these two is taken as 0. So B dot dl, we are left with integration of dl, right hand side mu naught ni. Integration of dl is what? 0 to L. Integration of dl from 0 to L is capital L. And we substitute this value here. VL mu naught ni. We get V naught as V naught n upon L times I. This n upon L is called linear turn density. It is a constant for a solenoid. Linear turn density is number of turns per unit length. So the expression reduces to V naught Ni. This is the final formula of magnetic field due to a long solenoid at any point inside the solenoid. And finally, magnetic field due to toroid. Toroid is nothing but endless solenoid. The solenoid which doesn't have its end. Well, the two ends of the solenoid, if this is down solenoid, if the two ends of the solenoid are joined to each other, we get a toroid. So what is magnetic field inside the solenoid? Magnetic field inside the toroid is constant in magnitude. Direction is of course different. And all material forces form what? Circles. So if we wish to find out magnetic field at any point inside, we make a closed path passing through that point, and that closed path is taken in the form of a circle. And remember, this circle is also going to coincide with one of the magnetic lines of forces which are present inside the solenoid. They also form circular loops. Well, B dot dl all along this closed path is equal to V naught times I net. B dot dl. Since dl, you take dl anywhere on this closed path, that dl would be parallel to the magnetic field, because this closed path, this closed curve is not only the closed curve of Ampere's second law, it is also the closed curve of magnetic line of force. So B dot dl, B dl, they are always parallel to each other. Therefore, angle between them is 0. We are left with B integration of dl. Let us say the length of closed path is L. So integrate it 0 to L. Right hand side is mu naught ni. Well, n is the total number of turns in the solenoid. In this toroid, total number of turns is n. Therefore, net current is what? I into n. Integration of dl is as usual L. Right hand side is mu naught ni. V naught is equal to mu naught n upon L times I, and n upon L is as usual linear turn density of toroid. Magnetic field is mu naught ni. So with this we come to the end of today's class. Thank you very much. God bless you all.